One of the things that, as you were interviewed for the report, you said is that most churches fail to recognize that pornography undermines every ministry of the local church. I mean, that's a pretty powerful statement to say that it undermines every ministry of a local church. So unpack that a little bit for us. What do you mean by this? And how is what we think of often as a personal sin, how is it undermining our church ministries?
Yeah, so often we like to, I'm just picturing a tree, if you would, and this tree, you see some beautiful leaves and branches and a trunk, but we're often missing what's maybe causing some withering amongst some of the branches, or how healthy is that tree overall. And often to really find out how healthy that tree is how is the root system doing? And often that is below the surface where it's hard to see. And so we can kind of look out and kind of very easily miss that something is unhealthy, that a tree, our trees in life are unhealthy. So let's give some examples. We know the average age for children to first see pornography is somewhere between the ages of 8 and 11, depending on which study you're looking at. And so we can spend all of our time focusing on helping parents and helping parents teach their kids about the faith. We can equip our children with Bible stories and memory verses, all these things. Yet, if a child is being exposed to pornography at ages 8 to 12, that's average. So that means a lot of kids younger than that age are also being exposed. How is that undermining that spiritual gifting for that child? How is it affecting their spiritual health? When we think about teens are among the most prolific users of pornography, we can spend lots on pizza parties and going to concerts and all this other thing. And yet what they believe about God's design for sex is being undermined by pornography. And we also know that there are the three common impacts of adults using pornography is that early exposure, the ongoing use and repetition, often during adolescence, and of course that trauma and pain, where as adults, people are anesthetizing their emotions, regulating their moods using pornography. And so we miss that in 56% of divorce cases, a major contributing factor to the split is one spouse's ongoing compulsive use of pornography. And so we can have marriage seminars and do all these kinds of things and miss how pornography is undermining all of our efforts of creating better communication between spouses, because it's like that hidden disease in the roots of that tree, and it's impacting everything else. Even in Christian life, even in our several studies have shown how ongoing use of pornography impacts scripture reading, prayer life, church attendance, whether someone will serve in a volunteer role in their church over the next 6 years, direct correlations. And so if we're missing all this, even if we say, well, it looks like some Christians have become comfortable, and as the study you guys have just done just showed that many Christians feel comfortable with the amount of pornography that they use. But that keeps them going to their next stage in the development of their Christian faith, in their Christian service. And so would-be Sunday school teachers, would-be volunteers, would-be people in ministry are being held back from advancing in their faith because pornography is undermining the foundations of what you're trying to support them with.